everybody, this is Nick and Caden Know Sports.
I'm Nick. I'm an author, producer, and motivational speaker.
I'm Caden. I'm an author, entrepreneur, and a philanthropist. However, we both love sports and we wanted to come together and talk about it.
So come on, let's get into the first episode of Nick and Caden Know Sports.
Let's talk about the Kentucky versus Oakland game. That was a really good game. How do you feel about it?
You know, I wanted Oakland to win because they were the underdog going into the match. And somebody I was looking out for, Jack Gohlke, which he dropped 32 points. And I was like, wow, he was hitting some crazy shots.
I know we're doing this show together, but I do not agree with you. I like Kentucky. I wanted Kentucky to win. You know, Rob Dillingham, I really like him. But Antonio Reeves, he had 27 points. He had a really good game.
Yeah, I mean Kentucky, they were doing pretty good, but my team still won.
Yeah, I mean it's okay though.
Yeah.
And the number 14 seed beat the number 3 seed, and yeah, upsetted them. Crazy. So how do you feel about the brackets?
Bro, I'm not gonna let you, bro. I know nothing about them.
So let me tell you about them. There's 4 different regions: East, West, South, and Midwest. Each region has 16 teams, and they play each other to get to the Final Four, and then so throughout the 16 teams, they're ranked 1 through 16. And what's considered upset, like I said, Oakland upsetted Kentucky because it was a number 14 seed versus number 3. And obviously Kentucky should win, but I guess we don't feel the same.
Yeah, so I have a question about that though. So it's like each region plays each other, and then like the top number of teams that make it, then they play the other regions. Like, how does that work?
So say Midwest, the whole 1 through 16 will all play until they get to one team. It's like if you lose, it's the end of your season. And after that happens for all 4 seasons, after 4 regions, that's when it gets to the Final Four, and they all play, and then 2 of the regions play. Both 4 regions play, and then it gets to the final 2, and then whoever wins the NCAA championship. So what's up? Can you talk about the play for me?
Jack Gohlke, he hit 10 threes, 10 out of 20. He had a 50% 3-point percentage. He was going crazy, hitting almost all his shots. And then, you know what's crazy? He didn't even shoot 1, 2. It was all threes, and then he ended up going to the free throw line once, 203 from the free throw line, but everything was threes from him.
Yeah, I heard about his backstory. He started at a D2 school, and then recently he just committed to Oakland, and that's how he earned his spot on the team. Would you like to talk about Timberwolves versus Cavs?
Oh yeah, let's talk about it.
So, I watched it. How do you feel about it? How do you feel about the game?
You know, Timberwolves, they're actually one of my favorite teams. Clippers, Timberwolves, those are my 2 favorites. So, when I wanted them to win, and it was a close game. I feel like Cavaliers would have had more of a chance if they had Donovan Mitchell. Darius Garland, he was doing his thing. And I still love the Cavs, don't get me wrong, I really do. But yeah, the Timberwolves won.
Yeah, I mean, I like both teams, but I really knew that the Timberwolves was gonna win. Anthony Edwards, he did okay this game. He didn't do his best, but yeah, I think it was a good game. I like that game. Yeah. But I feel like they would have had a better chance with Donovan Mitchell. That would have been a really good game.
With Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert, he stops a lot. Like, he's their rim protector. But Donovan Mitchell, I feel like he would have shot more so threes against the team, which could have, if he had like a hot scoring night, that could have won the game. But yeah, it was so close.
Yeah, I agree, but I knew the Timberwolves were gonna win. But let's talk about the March Madness. So some of the upsets that happened throughout these past 2 days. Number 13 seed Yale upsets number 4 seed Auburn in a 78-76 win. It was a really close game. I mean, it was a great game. I love watching the game. I thought Auburn would win, but crazy. Number 12 seed Grand Canyon upsets number 5 seed St. Mary's. I mean, all these upsets were very close, but It's okay though. So do you have a team that you think is gonna win the NCAA championship?
So, you know, I don't watch a lot of college basketball, but the game I did watch, Oakland versus Kentucky, I feel like Oakland has a chance. And I feel like in my opinion, I think they should start Jack Gohlke because he was the person who won them the game, in my opinion. Because, and you know what's crazy? Like, he came off the bench. He was a six-man scoring 32 points.
Yeah, I mean, I really agree with you. He should be starting because scoring 32 and coming off the bench is crazy. But their next game, Oakland goes against NC State in round 2. And I think that's going to be a really good game. But hopefully he starts. And I think who's going to win the championship. I thought it was going to be Kentucky, but they didn't win. But I got to go. My dad, he thinks Houston's going to win, so I got to go with that. I really think Houston's going to win after Kentucky lost.
So who does Houston have? Like, somebody good?
Like, I don't really know the names, but they have some really good scorers. They're very versatile. They know how to play with each other. I watched some of their games. They play with each other. They have very good teamwork, and they're able to win most of their games. And they're the number 1 seed in the South.
So my favorite player, definitely the Claw, Kawhi Leonard. And then the best player in the league, I'm not gonna lie, is Nikola Jokic.
Okay, you know, why do you think that? Why do you think that they're the best players? And why is Kawhi your favorite player?
I think Nikola Jokic is the best player because first, he won the championship last year, and he's a big white dude that can score. He doesn't run. He's not fast. He's not athletic. He's just smart. Like, he can shoot the ball. His passing ability, and somebody else who reminds me of him in a way, Luka Doncic, because they're both from Europe. They both have great games. They play similar, in my opinion. I feel like Luka just shoots more, but Luka's passing game, a playmaking game, is actually crazy. But I'll say the best is Jokic.
Yeah, well, my favorite player, the king, LeBron James, is so good at basketball. You know, when he went to the Heat after 2 years, they won a championship. When he went back to the Cavs after 2 years, they won a championship. When he went to the Lakers after 2 years, they won a championship. And I feel like he's just a really good player, and he's able to do better for his team, even though he's 38, 39. You know, he's getting old. But I feel like the best player in the league right now, one of the upcoming players in the league right now, Anthony Edwards. You know, he might not win the championship, but he's really good. I feel like in the next couple of years, he's going to be one of the top faces of the league. And yeah, that's how I feel. But one more question. Who do you think is going to win the championship this year?
I definitely gotta go with either 3 teams: the Celtics, the Clippers, or the Nuggets. Because first, the Celtics they have a great team, and the Clippers, man, they got big 3. They got James Harden, Kawhi, Paul George, and then the Nuggets. They won last year. They're good this season. The Timberwolves, though, they're another team that could win it all, but I definitely say it gives them next year. Because this year, I feel like it's going to be one of the 3, Clippers, Celtics, or Nuggets.
Yeah, I sort of agree with you. I think Nuggets could win. Not a lot of people say this, but Dallas might have a little bit of chance, especially with Kyrie and Luka Doncic. They're really doing good this season together. They do well together. And yeah, those are my 2 teams that are going to win because what you said, like with the Nuggets, they won last season. And they're in good shape, and they've been winning a lot. And OKC, they've been playing really good. Even though there are a lot of young guys on the team, I think they might have a little chance to win the championship.
Yeah, I love OKC. I love Shea. I've loved him since he was on the Clippers. But in my opinion, I don't think they can win this year. I'd say give it another 2 years probably. Because like you said, they're real young, but they are real good right now. But no, Shea hasn't been to the playoffs, right? Yeah, so this will be his first playoff appearance. So I feel like give him another year or two.
Yeah, I agree with you. Who do you think the GOAT is?
Bro, I definitely got to say Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant, but for me, Michael Jordan, definitely.
All right. Why do you think that?
Right, because both of them, Kobe and Michael, that mentality level, you know? And then Kobe, I really admire Kobe. Because, you know, when he first came in, he was trying to put Michael Jordan, but he ended up finding his own style to become one of the greatest to ever play the game. Michael Jordan, he won't allow himself to lose. Like, he has that mentality where he's like, I'm not losing this game. And he won't lose the game. Like, he was just such a great player, both of them.
Yeah, I feel like I've already said it today, but LeBron, I feel like he's the GOAT of basketball. You know, I feel like Michael Jordan and Kobe really did change the game, but I feel like LeBron, well, let's talk about Kobe. On his team, he had really great players like Pau Gasol, and Shaq. And Michael Jordan had Dennis Rodman, Scottie Pippen, but LeBron, I mean, he had in his first, like he had Wade, Ray Allen, and
yeah, Chris Bosh.
Him, and with Kyrie. But I feel like Michael Jordan, like back then it was like easier. Like Michael Jordan had like a super team almost. And Kobe and Shaq are just unbeatable. Like,
hold on, bro. I gotta interrupt you real quick. You say you had a super team. He has to go against Larry Bird and the Celtics. Who else? Isaiah Thomas, the Bad Boys, Detroit Pistons. They had who else? Yeah, LA Lakers. So what you mean? Like, there was so much competition, and they played so dirty back then. As like now, the NBA is softer. Like anything's a foul. But back then, they was slamming each other.
I mean, I agree with you, LeBron really put his team on his back at some points. Like, especially with the Lakers in 2020, he really carried his team. Anthony Davis, stuff like that. But with Kyrie helped him. Kyrie did his thing, and that's how they won. But just LeBron, his perseverance and never stopping, especially that 3-1 comeback with the Warriors, that was crazy.
Yeah. But real quick, just think about it. Back in the day, there was just so much competition. But nowadays, I feel like the NBA has so much talent nowadays. Like, you got a 7'4" dude just in the NBA just blocking every shot. Then you got new people like Tyrese Halliburton, Tyrese Maxey, Anthony Edwards, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. You know, I feel like nowadays where there's so much talent.
Yeah, there's really a lot of talent in the league right now. Like you said, 7'4" Victor Wembanyama, he's really doing his thing. You know, a lot of people think he would get to the NBA, just not be as good as they said he would, but he's really being a very good player right now, getting lots of blocks, and he can shoot the ball, he can dunk the ball, he can mid-range, and he's just like a very tall Kevin Durant.
Yeah. But you know what we gotta look out for? His little brother. His little brother's like 16. How tall is he? Like 6'8", something like that. So we definitely gotta look out for him. And real quick, somebody else another young guy I really want to talk about. I feel like doesn't get talked about enough. Cade Cunningham. You know, he's a player I really like on the Pistons, and I feel like they're building their franchise around him. And I feel like year or two, he's gonna be a great player. He already is a great player, but I feel like he's gonna be at a star caliber and probably become one of the best players in the league.
Yeah, I mean, I stopped watching the Pistons after they lost like 30 games straight. But Cade Cunningham is a really good player, especially his teammate and the two twins, Amin and Asar. They're really good, especially Asar. Amin on the Rockets having his career high with 25 points, and his teammate Jalen Green had 42 points, and they both had 10 rebounds. I think they really play well together, and it's like almost like a dynamic duo.
Yeah. Speaking of Rockets, didn't they just win 6 or 7 games in a row?
Yeah,
so like,
really good.
yeah. So I feel like they have something going for them because they have. If you really think about it, they have a really good team. They just gotta learn to play together, which they are. Because you got Jalen Green, Alfred St. Glenn, like you said, Amen Thomas, Fred VanVleet. They have, to me, an amazing roster.
Dylan Brooks, he's okay.
Dylan Brooks. I like Dylan Brooks because like his physicality, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I like Dylan Brooks, but like sometimes he could talk a bit much to like LeBron and Curry. But you know, he's still a solid player. It's not like he has no game to back it up. He still can back it up with some of his game. You know, but yeah, he's the Rockets are a good team to watch out for in a couple years.
But somebody else who we haven't talked about, a team we haven't talked about today, Phoenix Suns. I love their team. KD, Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, that big three. And I love Devin Booker because like he's come a long way. Because he was always good, but every year he's just getting better and better and better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I really think the Phoenix is really good, especially Bol, son of a new bull. You know, he's really tall, but like KD is teaching him some of his moves, and he's really getting better. And you know, Phoenix Suns are gonna be really good, and like maybe next year, maybe a year or two, they'll be NBA champions.
Yeah. Alright, so real quick before we close this, I want to do a little something. Let's make a starting five of players currently in the NBA.
Okay, I like that idea. How about you start?
Alright, well, so at point guard, I got the one, the only Luka Doncic.
Okay, should I choose my point guard now? You know, this is a really underrated player, Darius Garland. I'm gonna take him.
Darius Garland. Alright, that's a good choice. But my shooting guard, I got SGA.
Okay, as my shooting guard, I'm gonna take Kyrie.
See, my small forward, I got my favorite player, Kawhi Leonard.
Okay, my small forward, I'm gonna take Amen Thompson.
Alright. My power forward, let's see, there's a lot of good choices, but no, somebody who's getting better by the day, I'm gonna take Jared Allen.
Okay, my power forward, I gotta take Kevin Durant.
Alright, that's a good choice. No, my five though. No, I got. You see, there's so many good choices. I'm gonna say Victor Wembanyama.
Took my choice, but I'm gonna take. Let me be quick with this. I'm gonna take Anthony Davis.
Alright, that's a good one.
All right, that's it for today, guys. Wrapping up. Nick and Caden No Sports. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.
Alright, make sure to subscribe to the channel, drop a like, drop a comment, and thank you to everyone who tuned in.